Hold up, have Nicki and Kenneth been living separate lives all these years without us knowing? Just when we thought the details about Nicki's marriage to her essay offender husband Kenneth Petty couldn't get no worse, Jaguar Wright just stepped into the chat and exposed Nicki lying about her marriage. Jaguar alleges that Nicki and Kenneth separated a little while ago, but she feels ashamed to publicize it, and she's now stuck paying his court fees and keeping up this fake image of them still being together. Not only that, but Kenneth has allegedly been having freak-offs with several paid escorts in their house right under Nicki's nose. It's unclear how long this been going on, but Jaguar is not holding back, and she is hellbent on airing out all of Nicki's dirty laundry. Now, for those of y'all who don't know about Kenneth, he and Nicki were dating when they were just teenagers, but their relationship ended after he got thrown in jail in 1995 for essaying a 16-year-old girl named Jennifer Q. He was 17 years old at the time of the case, and he pleaded guilty to the charges. He served a 4-year sentence for his crime, but the jail time didn't have any positive impact on him because he spent his entire life going in and out of jail after that and managed to secure himself over 15 different mugshots. He got back into Nicki's life again in 2018 when she went back to her old neighborhood in Queens during Thanksgiving to give back to the locals. They rekindled their relationship and got married a year later. Little did Nicki know she pretty much had locked herself into the most awful marriage that any woman could ask for. He dragged her into his predatory world, and she's been stuck in there ever since. In fact, back in 2021, both him and Nicki were sued by Jennifer for trying to intimidate her, but the case was thrown out of court for lack of evidence. People dragged Nicki and said she was risking her legacy and entire career to stay with a man who adds no value to her life. It was around this time that Jaguar actually stepped into this whole mess for the first time, and she put Nicki on blast for standing by Kenneth after finding out everything he mercilessly did to Jennifer. Jaguar claims Nicki and Ken reached out to Jennifer with a huge sum of money to get her to recant her statement that she made decades ago about him and her, so his name will be removed from this ex-offenders list. But she refused, and that's when they started sending people to harass and threaten her.
with her life, and then the next thing she know, her name is all over the blogs. She didn't even know. Somebody approached her daughter. Then her family started getting threatened again by their quote unquote alleged gang ties and friends. She was literally minding her business and got sideswiped by fame. How unlucky for her.
Very.
That her assailant married someone famous and now drug her all back into this shit.
Now all would think that Kenneth would be on his best behavior since Nicki is risking so much and she's pretty much the breadwinner of the family. But it looks like that's far from the case because word on the street is he's allegedly been cheating on her in her own house that she paid for with her money. This was first revealed by a blind item who said that Kenneth was caught bringing a bunch of strippers to the home whenever Nicki was away in a different country. This was later confirmed after it was announced that Nicki had bought a new home for $19M. However, according to Media Takeout, the home that Kenneth is reporting that he lives in is not the same as Nicki's new mansion. He's living in the house that Nicki used to live in with him before buying her new crib, which means they're living in two separate houses. Nicki is allegedly living in her new $19 million home with their son, while Kenneth is living in her old house that she initially bought when they got married. Nicki reportedly bought that house for about $6 million, and she and Kenneth lived there for a while, till she found out he was cheating. These rumors got fueled when Kenneth's ex-girlfriend Redbone also seemingly confirmed that Kenneth had been cheating on Nicki with her for quite some time. Now Redbone posted a couple cryptic messages on her IG stories around the same exact time that the news broke that Kenneth was cheating on Nicki. She said, "Love, treat people how they treated you. They always come back when you got that fire. What's even messier is this ain't the first time that Redbone has thrown shade at Nicki. In fact, back in 2018 when Nicki announced that she was dating Kenneth, Redbone put Nicki on blast for using her fame and money to steal Kenneth from her. She said, "I have no problem with her, but she messing with my man that was living with me, how he just wake up and chase behind a rapper. I mean, I know she famous and all, and girl chase rappers all the time, but as a man, my man, I wouldn't expect that at all." Nicki defended herself, and she said that she and Kenneth were childhood sweethearts and fell in love again when they met. There was even a crazy theory going on at the time that Redbone was friends with Cardi's BFF Starbrim. And then Nicki stole Ken from Redbone as an indirect shot at Cardi. The source said Noel happens to be friends with Cardi and good friends with Cardi's BFF Starbrim. Some people are speculating that Nicki just stole Noel's man as some type of indirect shot at Cardi. Now, even though this sounds like juicy gossip to believe, I honestly think the source was just saying anything for attention, because why would Nicki go out of her way and literally put her whole career on the line by being with somebody like Ken just to spite Cardi? First of all, that makes no sense. And secondly, how is any of that going to affect Cardi B? If anything, Nicki would be hurting herself anyways. Going back to Nicki and Kenneth, people believe that the reason she's been keeping her separation from him a secret is because she don't want people to clown her after she sacrificed so much for a man only for him to cheat on her.